The Mindful Professionals Network. I mean, just the title, a group of people who are consciously, deliberately, intentionally using mindfulness in their business, in their relationships, in their coach, whoever they are committed and they share a value that I share, a deep value that is not only what I bring to my work with people, but how wonderful to be able to join hands and feel like I am part of I guess you might say, a worldwide, a universal change of people becoming more awake and more aware.
Being a mindfulness teacher in the legal sphere, like I actually have a pretty good relationship and good connections to a lot of people who do this kind of work within the legal profession. What I wanted more was a little bit broader experience from people who are doing some of these practices and teaching some of these same ideas, but in different settings. And it's just also really beneficial to confer and consult with other teachers and frankly other content creators. It's just when you want to do creative good work, when you want to teach and help people learn, it helps to be around the people that are doing that work.
The benefits I've gotten from this network have been to be able to think a little bit more clearly, question the way that I'm going about things, and it has stretched me and pushed me further, developing my mindfulness game to where it's like before it was, 5 minutes of meditation of just breathing, but learning from each member and different ways that they approach mindfulness has definitely grown me exponentially on this.
Awareness has always been part of what I practice in my office, the deep listening to people, the being present with that kind of deeper heart to heart connection.
I had gone to some of the networking events. At some point along the way, I did a guest post for the Mindful Life, Mindful Work blog.
My background is focused in with innovation. I've been a decade of experience within innovation on client side, and I moved over to consulting not too long ago to write my first book called The Mindful Innovator. When you apply mindfulness, it can create a lot of success in innovation and in business, and I have seen nothing but good things happen when I'm able to slow down. When I slow down, I could actually move faster.
I come from a fairly competitive profession where you don't always get to collaborate with the other lawyers who are doing your work. Now I've had some experiences with that, but my profession is comparatively competitive. And when I started teaching mindfulness and working with other people, I have been really impressed to see, in general, not 100%, nobody's perfect, but in general, other mindfulness teachers tend to be pretty collaborative. I mean, most of us have this same goal of trying to reduce suffering out in the world and trying to help people lead healthier, happier lives. And so that collaboration is something that is really beneficial. Like when you're doing this kind of work, getting those relationships and kind of mixing and mingling with people, it just helps you get ideas, think of things in new ways, expand outside of your particular discipline. And I just can't recommend it enough.
Mindfulness pops up in my life very often and whenever it feels like it's needed. But I always do start off in the beginning of the day with 5 minutes or so of meditation, close my day with 5 minutes of meditation, and it's all about setting intention and reflecting on how the day has gone so I know how to move forward the next day.
Speaking up sometimes in social networks, or you're trying to look good, or you're trying to speak to those who are in the room and trying to get them to, it's more about them. But it feels like in our Mindful Professionals Network, we're able to just be more fully ourselves.
It is still the best thing to sit with other people. Like when you can manage that in our lives, we don't always have time to do that every time, but like when you can get that, it's kind of a nice treat. Even if it is online, it's still with in the presence of your friends.
I feel like there's a disconnect between business and mindfulness. And a lot of the people that I would speak to about the practices of how you use mindfulness in business um, just seem to just not be connected. And I was looking for a group of people that I can relate to and help develop myself further.
The Mindful Professionals Network is a place where I have already related to people in a more authentic way. I think networking online and doing social media, it feels like there's a lot of hype, but coming into, let's say, meetings or any kind of events that I've already participated, it feels like it's an enriching experience. And I'm not, it's like I've dropped the whole idea of promoting myself. It feels like I'm more being myself. And that's a wonderful way to be in this world, is to feel like it's safe to be who you are and stand up for your passion.